who are from different sections. They had nothing to do with inspection, but they impersonated as inspector. Impersonation is a grave omission. So I thought that that was something that needed clarification. My IG took the phone and called and said that I was lying. But unfortunately, my IG, if you were somebody that I had employed here myself, I believe me, I would have recommended something against it. But he's a presidential appointee, so it is his action and thing. Other people, maybe I'm sure maybe the president will get to know about it or something, one way or another. But I can't punish him because he's a presidential appointee. But I know that administratively that was wrong. I mean, the head of the institution to speak, and then you have somebody who is not a minister. An inspector in the past is a position that was given to somebody here by the minister. It was not a appointed position, but for some reason he got a great letter, and at some point in time, sometimes he feels that he's not supposed to take order from him because he's a presidential appointee. But I'm sure eventually we might be able to address those kind of issues. Otherwise, he's a German. He used to work at the Capitol building. He's a good agitator, but we had to, sometime at some point, I'm sure we should be able to let you know that look, you can't agitate in a ministry like this. We have to work together. We have to move. You got to look at. We have to have one direction. You can't have the minister to say something and someone who is not a minister, an inspector, to come and say the minister lied. That is absolutely administratively wrong. But when your hands are tied in some decision like this, you can. But I mean, the public will have it. Will be our judge. I mean, I'm prepared to work with all of the ministers that were sent here, including himself. As I called him, as gave me assignment, even the team that we had out recently, the one that were in the Western Cross, he was the head of that team. I tried to encourage him, and I'm sure he had an opportunity to learn a lot of things from me based on my experience in government and experience as a person. And if he shows that willingness, he would benefit from our own wisdom in handling issues.
And so, Minister, there is this view in the public that jobs are being sold, job for Liberians are being sold to foreigners. How do you address it?
I don't know how that is possible. How is that possible? Because like in my office, when people apply for a work permit, they do it in a form of letter. Like for example, this is from GBL. Your application for people who apply for this, it comes from a company, none of them supposed to come to my office here.
Okay.
They bring their application and drop it to the alien registration. They come to the secretary, they do recording. They check and everything to see if all the information are correct, and if they met all the requirements. It come to me. If it is okay, I counter check. If it is okay, I have a stamp here. I just stamp it and sign and send it back. So I don't meet the people who apply here. The only thing I do is you want to see if the job is something that will be done by librarian. I have another stamp that says deny. I just put a stamp and I don't need to talk to you. So to say, how do you sell job under the circumstances? We don't employ for the companies. They employ their own people, but to work in the country you need work permit to work. So they come to us, we issue work permit. We don't employ for anybody. So it cannot be a situation where I don't have a right to employ for any company.
So let's move away a bit from the ministry.
Okay.
There is this information in the public, and also some other media institutions are carrying it, that the Henry law firm was hired by Robert Jeter to work on a case, and then this guy won the case, but then you, Minister Kupokra, personally, after this guy won the case, you took the money and started using money for yourself. Is it true that the Henry law firm was hired by Robert Jeter and this situation took place?
Well, thank you. I'm glad you brought this up. one thing, I have a principle. If you want to pull me into something that I just think is not right, I will not bend my head to it. I think you are referring to the Marco company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And just remember now, this was a gentleman that I represented. There were three law offices that represented the Marco company. In 2011, 2010, 2011, just check from 2010, 2011 up to now, how many years? We represented this gentleman. Let me give you the genesis.
okay.
The company was established, and what they were doing, they were based in Freetown, but they were registered under the law of Liberia. They would go to Freetown, they rented some farm, they would take rubber and bring the rubber to Liberia, and they were selling the rubber to Firestone. So the Liberian partners, the main guy who actually was the main investor, name was Tramendo Trabetti. Edmondo Trabetti. He was an Italian guy.
Okay.
So the Liberian partners complained him that every time they brought rubber to Liberia, if the rubber is sold, he will put the money in his personal account and not share it with the Liberian shareholders. So they sued him for proper accounting in the civil law court. The person who represented them in the civil law court was an attorney at law at that time. When he won the case in favor of this man, the people took an appeal to the Supreme Court. So he needed counselor to represent him in the Supreme Court, since the gentleman was an attorney. So Councillor Yenti Twan for the Twan law firm and myself argued the case in the Supreme Court. At the end of it, the Supreme Court awarded the company $600,000 US against the Italian guy, $600,000 US. And the arrangement was that it was on a contingency. He didn't have money to pay me. He didn't have money to pay any other lawyer. So it was on contingency basis. So if we win the case, whatever the Henry law firm was to get 20% if we win the case. So we won the case for $600,000. So Henry law firm legal fee would have been $120,000. The Italian man received a bill of cost in Liberia, and then in the night he left and went to Freetown, never came back to Liberia. But when he went to Freetown, he established another company in the name of his wife and started bringing rubber to Liberia. The Liberian representative that won the case brought that to my attention, so I filed better information before the civil law court. The result was that the court ruled that, okay, the rubber that the wife brought will be confiscated, it should be sold, and the proceeds should be applied against the judgment. So she brought four rubber trucks. They sold the rubber. The sheriff, along with the gentleman who represented Liberia, they went to Firestone and sold the rubber. Okay. The total they sold the rubber for was $105,339.24 for the 4 trucks. A breakdown was like this. The first truck they sold it for $7,339.24. Second truck $27,000. Third truck $48,000. And the last truck $23,000. If you add that, it gives you $105,339.24. Now, then the disbursement aspect. The Chief Justice at the time was Johnny Lewis. Johnny Lewis ordered the civil law court that the lady who bought the rubber should be paid for the $3,314. So of the total, they took $43,314 and paid to the woman who brought the trucks. That was done by the court. That instruction went to the court and the court paid her. Then the gentleman who represented Liberian ownership started withdrawing the money from the court on May 22, 2012. He signed for $21,500 from the court. On May 24th, 2012, he signed for $7,339.24 from the court. On the 19th of October 2011, he signed for another $4,000 through one Sam D. Flomo that I was aware of. Then the same Sandy Fromo that he sent to collect that money went to Councillor Yenti Twan. And when Yenti Councillor Twan went to the court and signed and took 4,000 and delivered it to the same Sandy Fromo. So you check all of the payment, what he received and what this German signed for and gave it to him. I think the total, if you check, I'll give you the record, you can check yourself. It's around 51,000. Then the 43,314 that was given to the lady who brought the truck. So 51,000 add 43,314 to it. It's around 90 some more thousand. Then the 3 law firms that handle the matter, he paid each law firm 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 9,000. So if you check the total, I think the total will be like 104,000. The sheriff of the court, the sheriff collection fee came to 1,186. All these things were done in the court, not by me. Now the involvement of the 3 lawyers in the final act was that when we noticed he was signing for all of this money, we thought he was not going to pay us. So the balance in the court at that time was 24,000. So Councillor Twan, Councillor Lofan, myself, plus himself, we went to the court. The lawyer signed for that money. I signed, Councillor Twan signed, Lofan signed. We went to the Heaven Law Firm. This is where he paid each lawyer 3,000, 3,000. The balance 15,000, he took it for the last one. Since that time, I've not seen. If you check all the balances, I tell you, I'll give you. You can snap it for there. And this was a report that was submitted by the sheriff of the court. Because what he did was, in between there, after he took the money, he waited a long time, maybe after 3-4 years, he went and filed a complaint to the chief justice and said, I took 55,000 for the money. For where? And that was when I was nominated to be Minister of Post and Telecommunication. But before he did that, he had sent an emissary to me to say, if I don't give you 75,000, he will put a market range in my nomination. So I told him I would not give him 1 cent because I didn't take any money from him. He owed me. If you supposed to pay me 120,000, you give me 3,000, you owe me 117,000 US. I'm not bothering him. But he wants to use it because I was nominated to blackmail me. That was 2018. Then he waited after 2018 because when I went for my confirmation in 2018, he went there. The committee invited him. What evidence you have? He didn't have any evidence. So they told him, no, but you can't do that. What happened when he sent it, he wrote a complaint to the chief justice, the Senate Briefing Edit Committee. Briefing Edit Committee looked into the matter. The conclusion was, look, Councillor Tuasa, you were a lawyer for this man. You owe him lawyer-client relationship. So whatever that was done, how the money was sold, the disbursement, everything, you have to work with the sheriff of the court to make a comprehensive report, and that report should be filed with the Supreme Court. That was the conclusion of the Briefing Edit Committee. So I worked, and the sheriff of that court, he still living. Who did the work? His name is Fofi. He's now an attorney at law. I think he's a prosecutor. You can look for him. He's from the civil law court. They made a report, and I filed a report with the Supreme Court. So if you check this money, there is no other money that came after this money for which this man would have given, or I would have taken any money from there. Besides the 3,000 he paid the 3 lawyers, if you look at the report that he submitted, there is an affidavit issued by the 2 lawyers confirming that he paid each of us 3,000. The affidavit is there, signed by this a Yenti Twan affidavit confirming that here on so date he paid each lawyer $3,000 in the Herald law firm. Then Councillor Dauphin also issued the same affidavit confirming that he paid only 3,000 each. There was no other money that came for him besides the Robert. There's no other money that I know of. As a matter of fact, he went to the civil law court and took the bill of cost and said that he was friendly with the vice president of Sierra Leone. He was one of the Sierra Leone in Freetown. He would have gone there to collect the money from there. Saying he went, I have not had any contact with him. until I was nominated as Justice Minister. He came with the same story, trying to see if he can continue to blackmail me, which I told him, I'm not going to submit to his blackmail. The facts are there, the records are there. You go to the civil law court, the judge that presided over the matter is a justice of the Supreme Court. Justice Yusuf Kabal here presided over this matter. The only money that came from there is the serial robber, nothing else. But I was shocked, and believe me, sometimes a group could be tolerant. When Martin goes on radio and says the man got dubious record, he duped his client. I don't know when he had never spoken to me. He said, well, I heard something, and what is your reaction? I've never spoken to him. He had never called me. Where he got that information from, I don't know. But the courts are here. Our courts are here. Martin can go and check in any court whether I've been charged with any misconduct or anything in any court like that. Never. I've never been found guilty by the Supreme Court. The question is, sometimes people complain you, driven a committee here. This is that almost all the lawyers like you have those kind of experience. If you are found guilty, the Grieving Edit Committee will make specific recommendations. The person is guilty, they will either refund the money or they should be suspended. That's
But you weren't found guilty.
No. This is what they asked me to do. Get the report, make a comprehensive report, and file it with the court. Because the report did not say I took any money. That's why that was the end of the matter. The report is clear. He signed for the money, and each receipt he issued, the sheriff exhibit A. This one is received for 21,000 something. This is a receipt. Okay, that one I was in court because it was made 22. I witnessed it for him. There's another receipt here for the 7,000. There was 7,330. Okay, 7,339. This one I wasn't there, but this is the receipt issued by to. And my effort was what got him to have gotten some money from the process. For him to go and even to have gone to even write something that he did, I was shocked. Sometimes it discourages this. I think that discourages people from helping people. Man didn't have money. You know, my partner, Councilor Henry at the time said, look, go help the man. I would have said, no, the man does not have money. Why do I want to waste my time? But I thought I would help somebody. And it's a help now. He now have taken to somebody that Martin Colley, I don't know him, to go on the radio to say things about me that he doesn't know anything about me. I've not had anything.
Did Martin ever reach you to get your side of the story?
No, I've never spoken to him. I'm not even sure if I ever met him before. Because as a lawyer, maybe he must have heard my name. It's possible as a minister, but I have no interaction with him.
Why do you think all of these allegations have been leveled against you?
Well, you know, sometimes people think if you are occupying a position, some people will think that you know other people deserve it better than you. And so I think it is shared jealousy, because we come to work. I come here every day. I stay here on the 8 o'clock in the night because I want to make sure that I stay here and everybody leave this building before I go home. I want to make sure the doors are closed. I want to make sure that whatever we have to be that has to be done the next day, we prepare our schedule for the next day. I have a very capable chief of office staff, and that's how we work.
Minister, take this last question from me.
Today, July 3, today, July 4, thank God a big day, American independence. If I have put in for car, if I receive money for car in the budget, I will resign today. If I don't resign today, if anybody show proof that I have put in for car, I've gotten car or I got car money under the budget for the 5,000 already. If I don't resign today, I'm authorizing Monserrato to protest against my being the Senate. If anybody show proof, and it is proven as at today, that Dillon has received money for car from government, 45,000 in his budget, and that he take the car, he take the money. Or Senator, I gotta be careful so that I want to be clear with myself. That Dillon has received car money under this budget. Oh, help me God, I will resign today.
What's the impression about seeing these machines? What's the impression so far seeing these trucks and machines? Your impression? How do you feel? So do you think that government has achieved something? Do you think the government has achieved something? Okay. Thank you so much. So folks, we keep moving. These are the machines. Very long queue, by the way. So we will take a back again and go with the judges. Sleeping but you working. No more they say. No more they say. No they say. No they say. The go be all machine. 6. What was in it today? No more they say. No more today. So you want to give up? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, our wonderful listeners and viewers. Good morning and welcome to a fresh and new day on this beautiful 8th day of the month of July. This is your most preferred morning show, the Today Show on Spoon FM 107.5. Fabric 101.1, and we're coming to you live on our various social media handles: Spawn TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Super TV Live, and via our YouTube channel as well. So it's always a pleasure to sit in here and serve you breakfast. My name is Yekezi Zrubel. Here this morning, I'm seated along Chokon Flama, and together we are here to energize your morning with a powerful dose of positivity, inspiration, and motivation. So as the sun begins to rise, painting the sky with hues of gold and pink, it's just a perfect reminder that each day brings you new opportunities and endless possibilities. And so today, let's embrace the chance to start new. Yesterday's challenges and setbacks are already behind us, and today is a clean slate, ready for us to write our own story. So whether you are headed to work, starting a new project, or simply looking to make the most of this day, all you need to do is to remember that you have the power within you to achieve greatness. So you need to take a moment to reflect on your goals and your dreams. What is it that you want to achieve? What steps can you take today to move closer to your aspirations? Because every small action counts, and every effort brings you nearer and nearer and nearer to your destination. So let's set our intentions, focus our minds, and commit to making today productive and fulfilling. Because life is full of challenges, but it's also filled with opportunities. So when we face obstacles, let's view them as stepping stones and not barriers. Because each challenge is a chance to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Remember that success is not a straight path, but rather a journey of perseverance, a journey of resilience, and a journey of determination. So on this day, let's be mindful of the positive impact we have on others. Just a kind word, a helping hand, or just a simple smile can brighten someone's day and create a ripple effect of positivity. So let's spread kindness and encouragement, lifting each other as we move forward. As we navigate through this day, let's also take a moment to appreciate the beauty around us, the warmth of the sun, the song of the birds, and the simple joys that life has to offer. So, folks, welcome. So this morning we've got a lot to talk about, ranging from the coming in of some of the earth-moving equipment. All right, and we saw Liberians celebrating during the display or during the unveiling of these equipment. It just speaks to you how Liberians, are so optimistic. They are so happy about the coming in of these yellow machines, because for several years, many years, one of our major problems has been and still is
road connectivity. We have been faced with the issue of lack of good roads in this country. All right? The road in the southeast, if it weren't for the intervention of the president of recent, who said when he's elected, in 100 days, no car, is going to get stuck in mud. And I think to a large extent, he worked towards that, even though not 100%, but he worked towards that. Because I traveled in to the southeast, and I saw a lot of the many roads that were, deplorable, appalling, and are virtually impassable. I saw a lot of them renovated, and a lot of them were passable. All right? So I think the current president has made some strides, but that is not enough, he thinks. And so they decided to negotiate the coming in of, 285 pieces of yellow machines. Even though there are some sticky issues with these yellow machines that we don't support, even though the PPCC process, is reported not to have been followed, and all of that. Yet then still, Liberians are in favor of the bringing in of this machine because they know how impactful they're going to be, especially the farmers. For us to have a booming agriculture sector in this country, we must have farm to market roads. We must have pliable roads in this country. Because if you don't have pliable roads, how do the farmers bring their markets? How do they bring their commodities to the market? Especially food crops. All right? The bananas, the arrows, the potatoes, the plantain, the oranges, the apples, and other food crops that our farmers, produce here in Liberia. How do they take them from Lofa County to bring them to Monrovia when there is no pliable farm to market road? That is important. So they're going to spend a lot. They're going to spend a lot of time on the road, and sometimes, a week on the road. So tell me, if you're bringing banana to town to sell, okay, and the banana is already half ripe, and you are stuck in the mud for days or for weeks, what happened to the banana? They all rot. They get rotten. And what happened to you? Your effort goes in vain. Your effort goes in vain. Just imagine you have taken time, you have exerted a lot of effort in producing that food crop. All right? But then, just because of lack of pliable farm to market road, your food crop gets rotten and your effort goes in vain and you benefit nothing and it becomes a setback to you. So the next time, you wouldn't want to even venture into food crop farming or into other agricultural activity. You sit back and you just look at everything in despair. So the coming of these machines, we're going to talk about it. We've got a lot to say about this today. There are some opposition coming in, especially from the angle of the lawmakers. The angle of the lawmakers. Some of them have said that they're going to reject this effort, and we'll be calling out some of those names. And we talk more about this, but let me welcome in Chokon Flama. Chokon, good morning and welcome, bro.
Good morning, Yegesi, and good morning to our many listeners. It's just another wonderful working weekday to begin with, that we are here again to talk about some of those national issues. So we can also afford our listeners and followers the opportunity to be able to talk about some of those issues making rounds in our country. So it's good that we're here together, Yegazi.
Yes, it's actually good to be here to discuss issues of national concern this morning. And this morning, we will start off with the issue of the yellow machine. You watched video footages, live video footages last week of, the much talk about 285 earth moving machines, being displayed, though not the exact number, but some of the 285 earth moving machines that were brought into the country via the free port of Monrovia, being unveiled. And you saw the the momentum, you saw the joy, you saw the delight, you saw the happiness in the faces of Liberians because of this. What do you make of this, Chokon?
Firstly, when I heard, and I watched the video when the machines and supporters of the Unity Party, when they started, the convoy from the Freeport of Monrovia decided to use the Japan Freeway to see whether I could see the convoy. Legacy was quite exciting to see Liberians, ordinary market women, coming out and celebrating this arrival, this huge achievement of the Boakas regime. Not only promise was made, but to see the machine in country, it was such an excitement for many of those people. And I saw that. I was along the route. I saw how Liberians were dancing to this. But the rest of the story is whether the PPCC procedure, whether the legislature approved this and all of that. We're going to go into it. But I think it's a exciting moment for the country, because the machine will not just impact people in urban areas, but rural areas will largely benefit from this. Just imagine people in Single will not benefit from this so easily. So people who were celebrating,
I mean, people in Single benefit from that, because
not
you,
just
you, you,
easily.
you live in Single. Maybe you're from Loguato all the way in Nima County there, and there's no good road. You have been yearning to go and visit your people back home, but because of the bad road condition, you just feel hesitant to go there. But once these yellow machines are used to, renovate the roads, you will be able to go back home to visit your people,
Exactly.
to and
But
fro.
I am talking about the machine impacting people who live in Single, Central Monrovia
Okay.
directly. But aside from that, everybody migrated from somewhere to come here.
Of course.
So of course, your home is your home, and all of the counties are challenged in terms of road connectivity. So we saw Liberians were dancing. People were writing on Facebook that they don't care where they're taking the machine from. They just don't care. They want a machine to go and do their work, their road work in the various communities and also counties. So those were some of the interactions we had, Yegazi, over the weekend.
Yeah, folks. And I must say, like every other Liberian, that I'm delighted. I'm so ecstatic about the arrival of those machines in the country, about the unveiling of those machines in the country, and I wish the rest of the machines can come. I wish the government can make all efforts to make the rest of the machines arrive in the country in the soonest possible time. In the soonest possible time, I want to see the Lofa Road graded and completed. In the soonest possible time, I want to see the various roads there in the southeast, easily possible. In the soonest possible time, I want to see the road there in Nimba County, all of the roads in Nimba, well connected, where farmers can take their market from their farms, to Ganta, to Seninkole, and even here to Monrovia. I want to see that. And I'm of the strongest conviction that each and every Liberian out there wants to see that. And that is why last week, when these equipment were being unveiled, you saw how delighted Liberians were. You saw their reaction. Very, 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 very happy. This is a very, very good initiative. This is about infrastructure development, opening our roads. Opening the roads is like opening the economy. Opening our roads is like opening the economy. In West Africa, more than 70% of West Africans, they depend on agricultural activity for survivability. 70% of West Africans depend on agricultural activities for survivability. But one of the biggest hindrances or challenges that they face when it comes to agricultural activities is the issue of lack of road connectivity or deplorable road condition. That's a big challenge that they face. So I think if those machines are brought in the country and our various roads are connected, roads are constructed, roads are renovated, and roads are maintained on a monthly or yearly basis, our farmers is going to be opening the economy. It's going to be putting food on the table of a lot of Liberians in this country. People wouldn't have to, be dependent on their brothers, on their sisters, on just, the issue of dependency alone as an adult, is an illness by itself. When you are not financially stable, it's a big problem. All right, you don't make sound decision.
Exactly, Legacy.
You stay back in life. So if our roads are open, where our people are involved in agricultural activities, not just agriculture, tourism. We went to the Sapo National Park the other day. There in Sano. We went there, and the road leading to that much talked about park. We did a Sapo National Park in school, in high school. And some of us have been wishing to go to the Sapo National Park, to see the area. This much talk about area. But unfortunately, you go into the Sapo National Park, the road heading to the Sapo National Park is very, very deplorable. It's like a path heading to this much talk about Sapo National Park. And that is why we need those machines to come in the country, Choco, so that those roads can be widened, so that those roads can be paved, so that car can be bouncing in potholes here and there when it's going to the Sapo National Park. So that I can sit down here today and say tomorrow I'm driving to the Sapo National Park to be back tomorrow evening. Because Liberia is a small country.
Exactly.
Liberia is a small, I should be able to take a car and drive around Liberia in a day time and come right back here in Monrovia. But because of the bad road condition in this country that has been very, very persistent
over the years,
over the
years.
Over the years.
201
we can't
years
do that.
the foundation of this country.
So to see those machines coming in, I think we must commend the president and all those who made this negotiation successful. On the other hand, even though there are reports that the negotiation of these yellow machines was not done in consonance, in confines of the law. That is, the procurement process has to pass through the PPCC. The legislature has to give an approval to that, and all of that. Even though we are hearing all of those reports, and we don't in any way support the violation of the laws of the country. We don't. We don't support the violation of any law or regulation in this country. All laws must be abided by. So if the negotiation process or the acquiring of these yellow machines was not done in line with the law, I think there needs to be some kind of renegotiation, to ensure that there's coordination between the executive and the legislature to give an approval to that, and we need to go back to the PPCC, for everything legal relative to acquiring or bringing in of these equipment to be followed. All right, because of the impact these machines are going to make. But we are hearing some lawmakers out there who are planning to stand in the way of this machine, of the acquiring process or bringing in of the rest of those machines. We are hearing in the canons of the legislature some lawmakers, not for any reason, not for any substantial reason, so to speak. But most of them, our reason is their benefits. Their benefits are not given. So because the salary that the benefits the executive has refused, or the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning has refused to give that benefit to go and ride at 45,000 luxurious and expensive cars, so they too are going to retaliate by standing in the way of these machines. Some of them, that's the only reason why they want to do that. But guess what? They wouldn't come up, or they wouldn't come to you and say that they are standing in the way of the bringing in of these machines because of the executive delay in disbursing our benefits to buy our luxurious car, our 45,000 US car. They will come to you and tell you because the PPCC process wasn't followed. They will come to you and say because the legislature did not give it approval. So even if the legislature did not give it approval, even if the PPCC process wasn't followed, I think there can still be consultations, because this is for the greater good of Liberia. This is for the greater good of the vast majority of Liberians. But because you say the executive is not dispersing your benefits, and you say you want to stay in the way of that, because that is capitalizing on certain process being violated or certain process not being followed when it comes to acquiring these machines, then of course you will be standing in the way of the Liberian people. You will be standing in the way of development in this country. You will be standing in the way of that farmer who's all the way there in Zogowi. That farmer who's all the way there in the Putuma area, who is farming and finding it difficult to bring his or her produce to the market. You will be standing in the way of that farmer putting food or his or her table. That's what you will be doing. Just because of your selfish aggrandizement, that's what you will be doing. So all those lawmakers who have decided that, hey, if they pull that girl 45,000, we'll not approve it. And I'm also hearing, Choco, that besides demanding 45,000 or their benefits, they are also demanding money, brown envelopes for them to sign or affix their signature or to give approval for those yellow machines coming in the country. To make the coming in of these yellow machines legal, they are allegedly requesting brown envelopes. And this is so disheartening. Those are people who are supposed to be representing us. Those are people who are supposed to be, making a salient decision for the forward march of our country. Those are people who are supposed to be in our interest and in the interest of the Liberian people. All right. So if they are requesting or demanding that certain efforts be given them for their own benefit before development can come in this country, then it is very, very baffling. And this has been one reason. This has been one thing that has stalled several developmental activities in this country, Joko. When people want to invest in the country, then you have government officials standing in the way that, hey, if you don't give me certain amount of money, you will not bring your business. Even though they are cognizant of the fact that if this money, if that investment is made into the country, is going to, impact positively the lives of Liberians, many Liberians, but they don't care about that. They care about what they will get for themselves. And if the investor does not give the money, they will stay in the way of that particular development. This has been the trend of our politics. And it's leaving us all the way behind. It's leaving us back. It's leaving us back. Choco.
Yeah, I can see. It is saddening. It is saddening when I listen to your own representative from Nimba County, Chairman Musa Berete.
Yeah, Musa Berete.
Who is now the champion of this entire issue of no PPCC procedure follow, and he's now calling on the other guys, the other independent lawmakers and opposition lawmakers to get up against this entire yellow machine thing. Musa Berete and the rest of the people, that in recent time they have been agitating. These are new lawmakers, like new students who are just coming to a school. You are anxious that you reduce the class in the morning. You get it ready to go. You're trying to find your book bags and all of that. This is how Musa Berete they are right now. They are so anxious to do the Liberian people work. But on the other hand, what they try to present to the Liberian people is that the executive is now dubiously doing things, and they are the one that are in the interest of the people of this country, which is untrue. Absolutely untrue. If you say you are in the interest of the people of Liberia, you will be celebrating the coming in of machines in your district, Musa Berete, in your district. For people to get from one town or village to another is a difficult task. Very difficult, very deplorable road conditions everywhere across the country. So for you to say that your colleagues should reject any other proposal that is not in the interest of the house to procure the yellow machine, that you reject it, is unfortunate. to listen to a lawmaker who will need those machines for political reason, for political dividend, to say that only because, like you said, some of those guys, the normal routine is to get kickback. To get kickback from those companies that the legislature will approve this, maybe the committee that is in charge, for them to be able to get something out of that committee. But no business as usual. Absolutely not. So they are dissatisfied, telling the people of Liberia that this is a Nicodemus project that the government has ventured into, and as such, they should not be given relevant. They should not. And these people, they're happy about this because the impact the yellow machine will have, giving lawmaker 15, 20,000 will not have that impact. Will not, Yegazi.
Yeah.
You saw the celebration not only here, but other counties. The reports that people were celebrating across the country in other counties.
Of course.
All right. Today, just a county, a county that is just a stone throw away from here. From here, Yegazi, Bomi County. Go Bomi County to see how deplorable the roads are in this county to get around. So imagine these machines are going to pave the road for the ordinary people to have access to bring their goods, to be able to commute to and fro on their farm and other businesses. Then the lawmakers are saying that they will make sure they descend on the executive to ensure that the executive maybe return the yellow machine, and they want their 45,000 out of car. You see how greedy the people are, Yegazi?
Yeah.
You see how they are? These people should be protesting for the ordinary people to have their livelihood sustained. They should be protesting for that. To say we will not take 45,000 other cars until the roads are paved. Until the finance minister financed the projects intended for roads in the various communities. For the finance minister to be able to procure drugs and also school material for school going kids. Those should be their concern, Yegazi.
Yeah. And Choko, just on the side of that, we also saw new vehicles last week coming for the Liberian National Police. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
We saw several new vehicles as well coming in, for the Liberian National Police. And I think that too.
I would like you to read what Chairman Benete posted.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm about to read. So he says, abstained members of the 55th legislature. The current situation demands that we fulfill our elected duty to safeguard our democracy.
When you know that you're supposed to safeguard your democracy, when you know that you get duty.
He says, with an impending decision on a questionable loan for the procurement of machines, we must carefully consider the impact on our nation's best interests. While the need for infrastructure improvements is evident, the terms of this particular deal do not align with our constitutional responsibilities. It is essential that we reject this proposal in order to uphold the integrity of our constitution and act in the best interest of Liberia. This is our moment to demonstrate unwavering commitment to our country. Musability rights. So musability, in short, is saying that is encouraging.
That, but you did not read the other one 4 hours ago.
4 hours ago. Okay, so let me check. Let me check. I'm on his page still. Okay. So he says, I understand that my opinions may not align with your own, and that's okay. You are free to appreciate them when they resonate with you and disagree with them when they do not. However, Please respect that my opinions are based on my own reasoning and experiences. Any other thing there?
Yes,
Yeah.
22 hours ago, where he talked about the
22
yellow
hours ago.
machine. Why the yellow machine will go? They will
Okay, so he
pack
says,
the yellow machine.
he says now, the chief of staff of AFL and the Minister of Defense had to inform the legislature about the presence of private properties in the BTC. As far as I know, the government of Liberia has not obtained any equipment of this scale. Involving the army in our political affairs is not appropriate. They should be called in to clarify the circumstances on which those machines came to be on their premises. Now, Choco, let me tell you this. The reason why Mr. Ability is against the coming of these machines. Why? I mean, we do agree that the coming of these machines need to be done in line with our law. It needs to be lawful. The PPCC process needs to be followed. The legislature needs to give approval to that and everything. Okay? Even though there are reports, I cannot confirm or I cannot say for sure that those reports are true, but we've been hearing allegations that those machines did not come in. The legislature did not, give an approval to it. The PPCC process was not followed. So let's assume that those processes being talked about weren't followed. But you have a deal. You have a negotiation that is going to benefit the vast majority of Liberians. You have a negotiation that is going to open up the economy for other people to be able to put food on their table, to be able to sustain their family. Like Musa Ability can adequately sustain his family, for other people to be able to do the same. But instead of him coming and saying that the negotiation needs to be revisited, it needs to be looked into, it's a good deal. I think that's the first thing the likes of Senator Erin Snow said. Senator Erin Snow, when this pronouncement was made by Madam Kaba, the minister without portfolio. When she made a statement, other lawmakers came in and appreciated and commended the idea, but they only suggested that they should try to ensure that it follows all legal process. But from the statement of Musa Ability's statement is just like a political statement that I'm against the idea. He's not putting the way forward. It should be rejected absolutely, as though this deal it has no impact on the lives of Liberians. But let me tell you why Musa Ability is against this deal. In district number 7, because if these 285 pieces of yellow machines came to Liberia before the 2023 elections, the last of Musa Ability would have been elected.
Representative.
Elected. Because that was the only reason why the people of district number 7 elected him. A few months prior to election, Musa Ability and the rest of the guys, in fact, Musa Ability, because he has a financial potency, he has a lot of money.
He took
yellow machines and paved every street corner of Saclapie, which is I think the largest city there in District 7 and the most populated area. He paved every graded every road there in Saclapie, and it was predicated upon that a 2 minutes to election gesture that the people of District number 7 elected him. But if you had these yellow machines in country before the election, before the 2023 election, Musa Ability would have been elected, because those yellow machines would have already been there and paving roads in Saclapie, all of the roads there in Saclapie.
Why the people are going to choose Musa Ability?
All right, they were going to be paved. So Musa Belete will have nothing to offer the people for them to vote him. So maybe he's thinking in the future that if their machines come, they're going to be helpful in future elections, because he's exerting influence about the whole yellow machine business. Even other lawmakers there in Nima County, they go to him,
they submit to him.
Yeah, they submit to him so that he can be powerful. Yes, because of having yellow machine to himself, he's kind of powerful there in Nima County, because other lawmakers don't have the kind of money that he has. So he feels that if these yellow machines come in the country, what it's going to do is going to reduce his influence, it's going to reduce his power. People that used to submit to him, because of yellow machine now, they will not be submitting to him. Mm-hmm. So it is clear. It is clear. It is very clear. So it's not a surprise that Mr. Musa Belete will, be against the coming in of yellow machine, because he has used yellow machines over the years to get people's submission, to get influence over other lawmakers, over other powerful people. And it was because of yellow machine that he used to pave Secretary, the largest city in the district that he won within. It was because of that the people of Nimba County, Secretary District 7, elected him. So it angers him when he sees 285 pieces of yellow machines coming in the country. Musa Belete is worried. What will he do next? But I think there are many other political gestures that he can do for the people of Nima County District 7 to still elect him, rather than trying to stand in the way
of national development.
That's it. So I'm not surprised. We all admit that maybe there was some flaws, legal flaws.
But aside
those flaws can be corrected, because those machines are very beneficial for the country.
Heard official statement from the government on
that. It's just an allegation. That's what I said.
Musa Belete and saying they will reject. So for him, they should carry the thing back to China. They should carry it. They should take it for all of the country and carry it back. In fact, where they parking, they should remove them from the BTC barrack. They should remove them from there.
Yeah.
This is the thinking of African politicians. They want to use the people money, and make the people slaves. And make them slaves. Why will you believe that when the yellow machine comes to the country, the roads will be paved, and there will be no way that you have influence on the people? Because over the years, this is what they do. When election is coming, they take yellow machine and do these things in the various communities, and people see these things to say, yes, at least we are seeing some development. Let's take this person. Absolutely. And this country is so very old for us to be celebrating yellow machine and thing. So when Musa Belete say they're going to kick against yellow machine coming, things that we should have done for more than 100 years ago, now we are doing it. They say they're going to kick against it. You just vision that the mindset of ordinary Liberians, the way we think. The other day we were talking about the IQ of Liberians here on this platform. You can see, a politician is thinking in a way that when the roads are graded and everywhere,
the economy is open,
the economy is booming. People will not and see them.
Liberians will not be coming at the doorsteps to beg for money. So people always want to
see. They will not be powerful.
They will not be powerful.
They will be independent. So this is the notion of Musa Belete and the rest of those people who they say they're going gang up. I think beginning tomorrow to kick against the yellow machine and all of that. They want for Liberians to be worshiping them. When you go and put one hand point here, people should hail you.
Yeah.
When you grade one row here, people should hail you. But you are kicking against national endeavor.
Yeah.
that will permanently
because when the
impact
government does it, and then you did it,
yeah,
okay.
now you
So
doing it, and so
you really carry credit for it.
and the people will see no need to
and the people, it will not be a personal initiative where the people have to gratify and hail you for. And so because of that, you're kicking against it. But we are watching with eagle eyes. The Liberian people are watching with eagle eyes. The Liberian people are in favor of the deal. All right? Yes, we are not sidestepping the legal process that has to be done for, that deal to be finalized. We are not sidestepping it.
Absolutely.
We are in favor of it. If there were some missteps, legal missteps, all you need to do is to join the executive to be able to correct those legal missteps. Why? Because the deal is a good deal for Liberia. We need to open our economy for people to make money for themselves.
The deal is a good
for
deal,
people,
unless
to
like
get employed.
Ayrton deal in the past where we were wondering where the money will come from, the legitimacy of the company, whether we will see it, and all of that. But this one, you see it.
You seen it. You seen it.
It's concrete.
You
just right before you.
Of course. So it just needs the approval now of whether the legislature have not approved it or they have approved it. Well, those are all allegations, and we are holding we're holding that yet as an allegation. All right. So we are watching with eagle eyes to see who are those that are going to stand in the way of this yellow machine. And I believe the Liberian people are also going to stay in the way of anybody who will stay in the way of those yellow machines.
But the people already said it that it was.
Yeah. So let's go to the lines to hear from the Liberian people a little bit about this matter. Call us on 0777 1075 1075 But just before we take calls, remember that the Spoon 1075 Mega Dedicated Splash is on your radio. It's a radio entertainment game, a raffle draw, and it draws up to 40 winners here on our show every morning, and each winner walks away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. The dashboard opens every morning here at 7 o'clock, straight up to 9:55 when we'll be drawing our winners. So every morning at 7 o'clock, if you want to form part of the draw, you just start playing until the show can start at 8 o'clock. And you automatically enter the draw, and the code is *799#, *799#. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. Choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents or 100 Liberian dollars. Once you do that, you automatically enter the draw, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars here on the show this morning. So let's now go to the lines to talk to Liberians. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm planning to every community.
Okay, let's hear you.
Basically, my business. Me, I got problem with the lawmaker. The lawmaker, they are for the past now. They have received it. They are not no one go to the script to say yes. I don't also do. Why would the government come in the country? If you always say something about past PCA, it's true, past PCA is true. But they are all doing when they get home, they will come to a script to say yes. They pocket law. How we doing it? They can know that. Then why is the separate development for the black people? When I remember ticker, they program, when you do when Pepe, when play. Why was someone so people cancel law to them? So they go to the war. They can't do it. That was something in the country. They don't make up. So what people are nothing. We go to them without delaying you. That was they put they young money to people.
Thank you. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, let's hear you. Good morning, let's hear you.
Thank you for the topic, morning. I appreciate. I need George Mobile from GSA with this Mobile County. You know, we appreciate Dr. Joseph Baka to be in yellow machine. But the other people are there, President Baka. They want the yellow machine to get their own machine. Like, and Musa be for the in my country. He got a machine in my there running. The other thing he said that because we agree President Bola to be machine in the country, but we happy and we get message to our Paka doing well. The machine in draw. Everybody happy.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Hello?
Good morning, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Louis Mawolo, calling from Bukoro.
Let's hear you, sir.
It just shows how greedy our lawmakers are. They will go to sit for 1 or 2 days to get $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. They will sit there and say they won't run for the $5,000 car when some of them don't even have backup to even run. But today, because of the development coming in the country, then they're costing them. Who knows? But any representative or anybody who calls not on it, will go against them, will press me against them. Because the complete, I will use the word nonsense. Your creating should give you what you want.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning, my dear brother. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay. Adamso.
Yeah, thank you. This is the people's governor. The most talk about this film of 10 governor. I'm so you just said it right. That's what I love about it. To the issue, my brother, I just want to country. The issue about the machine and our brother, they're celebrating the money all year there. My brother, the people then represent or let's put it in our own common affairs with our money for the I want direct representation at the law because I want all of people there where I want are in the house there and that of the House of Senate. Can you imagine the former channel the long one on a radio station one time listening to the senator? He said that he do not have no idea about this machine there. The same thing with the law because all of the law because are thinking the same song they today have no idea about the machine this way. So but nobody against development. Development is how we need in our country. Some of us we travel all the country with impact. They say we want to not to see the 7 Ghana men. We want to passport for themselves. They still have the people who supposed to come back to our district. They are my own lawmaker. The thing is our lawmakers who can't escape with all our summer community leaders. Some of the current ones say, oh yeah, machine in the country, but yet we can follow our chicken Ghana or you celebrating T-shirts and start celebrating. But we can celebrating the action of those people complaining that they are not informed. They doesn't know about this thing. So
Okay. Adamso.
Yeah, what benefit I come here? I don't know what benefit literature for come from with kind of accumulation. Yeah.
Adamso, let me ask you one question, yeah? Adamso, you there? Okay, now, listen now. Listen, Adamso. So this is a situation. Let's assume, okay, Adamso, you are the head of the home, all right, and maybe you have a very large family. Maybe you have a family of 10 persons, and you are making only $200 USD.
Yeah.
Okay. And your wife was lucky to have gotten a job that pays her like 1,500 USD.
Yeah.
Okay? And she probably didn't tell you. She didn't tell you. You just saw her bringing money in. You saw her bringing money in. But later on, you discover, or after she had been employed for some time, she came to you and tell you that, oh, I got this job somewhere and blah, blah, blah. So in this case now, the job bringing you 1,500 USD, you are only making 200 USD as a man in the home. But your wife now bringing you 1,500 USD, she's making 1,500 USD, and she's helping in the home. So because your wife didn't tell you from the onset, you will tell her to leave the job?
Yeah, you don't even know me, sir. You don't even know what I'm. So can you explain number 10? People who know me and close to me, they will tell you the kind of person I am. My brother, look, let me tell you.
No, that answer this rhetorical question. In a particular case, in a particular case, you tell her wife to leave the job?
You telling me Anything that is not done right is not done at all. I'm a Christian. You step on the way, you are believer, you are Christian. You
Okay. I don't thank you. I don't thank you. I think the very first thing.
Adamso on radio.
Listen, Adamso, the very first thing you should be thinking about is to go and do an investigation of how she got that job. Before you make any decision, you go and do an investigation how your wife got the job. If she got the job, you know, in a very good form and manner, if you're not boyfriend, get her the job, and the job is helping to improve the living condition in your family, I think you do your investigation and you let the girl do the job so that you can be able to send your children to school. So you prefer your children living with you, they're not going to school. But because of, you know, your wife, you know, they informed me earlier on that, you know, she got a job and blah, 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 blah. And this job, after doing an investigation, you got to know that the job is, you know, is a good job. I mean, that's just a scenario there.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's not a matter of they go.
Like, okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adamso. Thank you very much, Adamso. But for me, in that case, Chokon, to be frank, I don't know about you, but in my case, when I do my own investigation, I make it 200 USD. And my wife was lucky to get a job where she's making 1,500 USD. And she didn't tell me from the onset, but later on I get to know, or she get to tell me later on after she has worked there maybe for 1 or 2 weeks. All right? So when she tells me, the very first thing I will look at is to investigate how she got a job. I'll do my investigation. I get to know how secure that job is for her. Everything when I know about the job, then I can make my decision. Mm-hmm. If I get to know that maybe that boyfriend get her the job, or the job will cause me to lose her, then of course, you know, I'm going to take another decision. But wherein I do my investigation and I get to know that job, you know, she got it on a fair and transparent basis. She didn't do anything illegal to get it. I let her do the job because that job is going to help the family a lot. I live with about 10 family, let's say eight children, my own children and other relative children. Okay, and my wife doing 1,500 job that she got on a fair and clear and transparent basis. Then because you know, she didn't tell me from the onset that she was going for a job or she was applying for a job or somebody was giving her a job, and I discovered it later, and I just out of the blue suddenly, you know, tell her to leave the job or make her to quit the job. No, I wouldn't do that. Okay, because the money coming from that job is going to be helpful. So I think that is the same scenario. I think what the senators or the lawmakers should be doing is to go back, because those yellow machines that are coming into the country, because they are helpful for the country, I think they should be trying to correct all of the processes. If there should be any kind of form of renegotiation in line with, you know, the PPCC, in consultation with the legislature and everything, it must be done.
Exactly.
But you cannot say you are going to reject the entire deal when you know that it is helpful for the Liberian people. You cannot say that. Let's go back to the lines. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from? Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Theophilus. I'm calling from Oro.
Theophilus, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm listening to you this morning concerning the yellow machine issue. Well, my brother, we all want development. I would appreciate the machine. But, my brother, you come to teach people how each branch of government and that separation of power, but yes, function one government. The executive must not the legislature. And let me ask you, if your son is considered as a bad child, or you kill your son, yes, it is true the legislature are defaulting somewhere, but that doesn't mean to overlook the legislature. The executive will work with the legislature so that things will go right.
Okay.
But if you not go and make that decision and tell people, why would you look down on legislature?
Thank you.
That's a full bunch of government.
Thank you very much. So this thing, I think, Choco, when we started earlier, we said that there are reports that the coming of the machine did not go through the PPCC. There was no bidding process and everything. It didn't.
That's why we heard.
That's what we heard. And as well, the legislature did not give it an approval, or it wasn't done in consultation with them. And we said here, we made it clear, if that is true, then of course the executive was wrong, because we have our laws on the book and our laws must be respected. That's what we say. We are clear, very clear about that. We don't support the violation of our laws. All right? In this case, assuming that the executive did not consult the PPCC, or the coming of the machine did not pass through the PPCC, the legislature did not give it approval. Now, let's look at this situation. The machines coming into the country will be beneficial to the country. It's going to open up our economy. So if those processes did not happen, what can we do? Can we go back to the table, sit together, and have consultations to see how best, if there were any laws that weren't follow any procedure that wasn't followed, when it comes to negotiating these yellow machines coming into the country, can we go back and sit on the round table and talk about it to see how best we can be able to correct the mistakes that were made, follow all of the other procedures that weren't followed, just so that those machines can come in the country because of the tremendous impact they are going to make. That is what we're saying. We are not saying that the legislature should be looked down on. We are not saying that. I was responding to Mr. Musa Belete in that way because he's not proffering any alternative. He's not taking into consideration the impact of these machines. He's absolutely saying that the deal should be rejected. Unlike him, Edwin Snow said he appreciates the deal. It's going to bring about tremendous.
Senator Sir Joseph.
It's going to bring about tremendous development, and those are all opposition lawmakers.
Senator Sir Joseph.
But the legal things need to do, and I do support the likes of Edwin Snow and Senator Sir Joseph, who are saying that the deal is a good deal, but we need to, find a way to have it legalized, to make those equipment come in the country by law. All of the procedures need to be followed.
Send the yellow machines back.
But Musa Belete,
because you get one yellow machine and you fool it, use it to fool the people in Nima County there to elect you. Now the government has said no. We will bring yellow machines, and all of the counties will have machines that they will regularly visit their roads and regularize the pavement of their roads and all of that. You're angry because of you will no longer be seen as a king in Nima County.
Yeah, a king of yellow machine.
Yeah, king of yellow machine.
The coming of the new
colleagues
machine
are buying to
going
you.
to diminish his influence.
Yeah, your colleagues are buying to you. You don't see it that way.
Yeah, let's go back to the lines. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, Legacy.
Good morning, let's hear you.
Let me say good morning to Choco. Good morning to the people of the area. Legacy, there's the voice of Samuel Sakara Johnson. I speak to you for being here this morning.
Okay.
Let me appreciate the both of you. Look, Legacy, let me start by saying, all those that are calling for the rejection of this deal, that will benefit the over 5 million people of this country at the broad day rich of this country. Look, we must be clear about this. Yet, see, you know how many documents that have gone through the PPCC regular procedure in this country and the Liberian people have never benefited? Do you know that? That today we are seeing the physical machine in the eyes of the Liberian people. And then somebody come and tell us, because PPCC law was not followed, at the end of the day, they should put the machine back on the ship and they will carry it back China. Does that make any logical sense to the Liberian people? But you can see, let me say this. This is now a challenge between the legislature and the common people. Because look, my village in Lofa County, ni yellow machine. The old lady in Bay, ni yellow machine. The old lady in Maryland County needs to bring her products to the market. You know what would that bring to the developmental space of our country? And then a lawmaker come and say, because you got the ability to get one yellow machine and you want to show all of the police in Nima County and you feel already yellow machine, they will no longer bow down to you because all of the districts will get yellow machine and you come and you want to spread a mere propaganda in the coming against the people's interest. Watch the show, you can see. We are looking at the legislature.
Thank you.
You know how much money was dished out on research at the level of legislature? Look, these people are provoking us on a daily basis. If the legislature is not careful, this is not a threat. But what happened in Kenya of recent, we can see a reoccurrence in Liberia.
We don't want to see the reoccurrence of that.
We are not praying for it. But it is like the people, the legislators, are provoking the consciousness of the Liberian people.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Living for our even most of us cannot get on the main road with us. This is about national development. Let's put our policy, our policy aside.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. I'm just talking about the bad side of what happened in Kenya. The protests in Kenya over there, people died and everything. So when he talked about reoccurrence, I mean, Liberians can go to protest peacefully, but not in a case where people will die in the process. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Thank you, Jerry. When it's Bobby, I had a discussion with this this morning.
Okay, let's hear you, Bobby.
When it comes to our yellow machine, we applaud His Excellency Dr. Joseph Mumpuata for the Indonesian. So, listen, we should allow the development to take place in this country. That is the reason I've seen this country in the next 2-3 years to come. Liberia will be it will be compared to Rwanda. Because we are seeing the country get into the territory. Look at what Honorable Butler has done in the last 6 months in his government. We saw people here. In 6 months, they start telling continuing who lost serious property. But today, we are seeing tangibles. The people that they want to ask, where are the machine coming from? But because Honorable Butler didn't need them, didn't grant the law to accept. That's the reason we said that will be more different than usual. We are concerned for the Liberian people. We are concerned for the people who live in the rural part of Liberia who are strong-connected. That will even come to Monrovia, they pay no less than $230,000 and spend 4 or 5 days on the road. Some of their pregnancy moves because of private conditions. Today, people in the Southeast are pressing. Even in the hometown of professional, we are now. I just called there. People are celebrating the machines and they wait to see the countries to see the road to see the thing coming for the zero to Monrovia.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Good morning.
Good morning, let's hear you.
Thank you for district number 6. My name is just thank you for the show this morning. It is true that the executive got it in respect the legislature. You're not being switched. In the sense that before even any equipment in the country, the legislature should be informed and be approved by it before you can in the country. Because the executive and the legislature want to tell us. Alright? So I think you should try the possible how they can study it second again, the name they will say the yellow machine go back, and the yellow machine will be shared with each 50 country. So are you telling me that you will not receive the machine? So if you receive the machine in a country, you will not be happy at the patriotic.
No, you will not be happy. Most of people will not be happy. They may already get machine there. And people hailing for having one or two machines there. So when machines go there, it's going to diminish its influence. But thank you, Luther Saki. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Good morning.
Good morning, let's hear you. Okay.
Yes, Abu Awali, Channel Blanc, what about my following power Badugan? Sometimes you have to speak to the power. Somebody telling me, say, oh, PPCC law will not follow. Oh, yes. Not 103% almost 8 million. So, when we tell you about 5 value for the purported so-called document that the print, when the city charge will put in Facebook, the government getting the law. So, if the government say, if they up here for 5 million people that are all corrupt, I just said it, please. It's been a shock. If they just put it, one of them, she got put it in our thing. The communist are building a majority, I'm not to put up with the 9. Then we can hear what I mean. Because some of people will get the skill and I'm probably shooting that will be working. Some working from parliament, the committee, will not be turned out whatever every day. Some of them too much politics. Now, one day, they call on the day, they will cut it from the video. You have been asking for the 5,000 people. So, all the people now say, we are ready to article. No, we have a volunteer to go take the island. No, so from most of the like the future of the won't get somebody say no because you will not get and you take it on the night. Oh, we have to do for you. And the lawmaker, so we are just only 300 or 250. I will tell you, one or two, and the lawmaker president will go after the people. Then what is and I want to happen in the COVID.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 077771075 Let's take more calls about this issue of the coming in of the yellow machines. We are not in favor of the executive not obeying the laws of the country when it comes to bringing in or making negotiations. We think that the PPCC law should be followed as well as the legislature should give an approval. But in such a case where allegedly the relevant institutions, were consulted, were informed, the rightful procedure wasn't followed. In such a case, I think there's a need that we give it us as a second thought, to renegotiate. It's just simple. Go back on the round table, sit down. How can we make this?
It's never too late to do
it's never late. It's never late. Especially with the kind of impact these machines are going to bring to that country. Let's take politics out of this. Let's take politics out of this. It shouldn't be, the UP government bringing in yellow machines to open up roads, and when they do that during campaign, it's going to boost their campaign 2029. All of that, we shouldn't. So if we continue to have such a mentality, then we will not develop. It will continue
Absolutely.
If we continue to put politics into every developmental initiative in this country, then we will not develop. We will not develop as a country. But also, folks, don't forget to play the radio game is on your radio. Dial star 799 hash, star 799 hash. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. Choose how to pay the playing fee, and you automatically enter the draw. So once you dial star 799 hash using your non-star cell GSM SIM card, and you must have a mobile money account, you select number 3, because you're going to see a list of radio stations after dialing star 799 hash. And Spoon FM is at number 3 and number 9, but select number 3 for this show. And of course, once you select number 3, they're going to ask you how you to choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents or 100 Liberian dollars. So if you have money on your mobile money accounts, both USD and LD, you can use either of them to play. Just 70 cents. You can better still go and buy the recharge card activated on your phone, and you play through your airtime. And once you do that, you automatically get into the draw, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. Yeah, 40 persons will be winning that here on the show. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
And it's Ruby Kane, and I come from Ghana this morning.
Oh, okay. Mr. Kane, let's hear you.
I appreciate you this morning. You see, history repeats itself when the characters still remain alive. And it's what Liberia is equal. No single Liberian we see bringing a machine in this country is wrong. But what we are seeing, yesterday, the Imuma deed that was passed by legislatures, the same government, when they were opposition, they went against all cattle of the world legislatures. Now people want us to believe that even it's from the devil, this deal between the government and the unknown men, whether they speak it for gain, they should accept them. They should not go through the normal procedure as a country that I told somebody yesterday, you and myself is our future. Our children's future should not be done by this government. They should go through the channel. Why are they scared? Why are they scared to go process of the regulation of the legislatures so that Liberia can be safe? See another fashion, because this is a similar thing that existed with Honorable Matama Magay, that today is suffering for it, that they signed the TTS law. And people will say, we should clap for what they are doing against the country without no rule and regulation. And there's a government that keep on the mantra, not doing things as usual, but they are not doing things as usual.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
I'm Emmanuel calling from New Jersey.
Okay.
My brother, we all want development. But you know the problem we have in Liberia, we the indigenous people, we are very much with it. What do I say so? If this process do not go by the sick people, what they supposed to do? Go into it and approve it. But the reason why many of them are making all the laws, because some of them they are running their private businesses and they don't want government to bring anything good in the country. They work in government and they having machines, they having trucks. These are the people that are making laws. And they don't want the country to develop, to hold the country hostage. That's it. Many of them are wicked. And somebody brought such a good thing to the country for the improvement of your rules, for opening agriculture sector. Then you complain you want to honor marriage. Who does that? So I mean, my brother, these people, they are very wicked. They're not in the interest of the country. We're looking at them. The next election will put all of them out of ours.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to you people for the discussion this morning.
All right.
You know, the yellow machine, all the people that are on the opposite, they were doubting that no machines will not. They said it. The little machine will not come. We will get the news. It will not come. It will not come. Now the machine show free. But then the discussion now. They say, not pass through CCTV. And not pass through all. Now, tomorrow, my man, we get legislation that we do. From time to time, we have our legislation, we knew them, and they knew us. Those things will be a pass. It will be the pass. My man, tomorrow you see the yellow machine going in the rural counties doing the work. For me, there are parties, PPCCO, parties legislator, I know it already done. So one is talking about get to show their face. Some people, you know. So I want to hear about lawmaker, PPCC, and this one and that one. Those machines already start working. I get a hope that those machines already start working. It gets me for those people to go to the hospital and say, my man, yeah. I mean, we know the people for guarantee. The machine will work for me. I have to from the side. So when I saw those machines, I was happy. I was happy too much. At least I can get on to there. Some money I move from here. I go to my village. I greet my people. I get on and then do there again. I come back also.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
I'm fine. My name is Garmin Peter. I call from Maryland County, Harper.
Okay, let's hear you, Garmin.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Yekezi and Chokon for the show. I think we have a lot of problems when it comes, to the development of this nation. And there are many sides to this thing here. For me, I'm also thinking the reason why the legislators are actually against the coming of these yellow machines is part of their own strategy to sway the minds of Liberians about the monies that they've been receiving in our house, because they know Liberians are also opening their eyes to what they're doing. So because people are asking a lot of questions and even demanding that they return that $45,000 that they received for vehicles, it's also part of their strategy. Now, I live in Maryland County. I've been here for almost 8 years now. You know what that yellow machine is going to do? Okay, let's say, for example, like 3-4 weeks ago, I was somewhere around the Barobo area going to Clover Camp. So we are going to work and we're coming back. I'm telling you, the road got cut because of the rain. There was no way that car could go in, that cars come, even motorbikes could not go. Tell me, for going having sick, you can see, if those machines are here, there are many roads in this Maryland County that are not open, that those machines are going to help us to be able to open these roads, so that we can be able to take help to our people. There are places that we go that, that even those other machines will be able to open those roads, but sometimes we go by foot, sometimes we go by motorbikes, sometimes we go in with cars and we're not even able to return. What are they thinking about? What are they thinking? Are they not considering the impact of those machines and thinking about laws being overlooked? Have they not overlooked a lot of laws in this country? Have they not overlooked us in this country? Have they not done a lot of things to us here? They not play with us. We're not ready for that thing.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much for calling from Maryland County, Gavin. All right, so folks, that's it. We take a few more calls for the next 5 minutes, and we'll call it a day. We'll come back and discuss another issue here on the show. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Rex, and I call from Kingrey this morning.
Okay, let's hear you from Kingrey.
Thank you so much, when we say that horses are a problem in this country, other people, because of political reasons, maybe they are joining this regime or that regime, they are benefiting, and so they will come in defense. But there's nothing there to defend the lawmakers. And the other thing, we can run a two branches government in this country, and I believe Labor will fast progress. Then the three branches. You can have another branch of government serving as to the far margin of a whole country at the detriment of the people. Look at our living condition. And you talking about machine coming country, work from time immemorial, president have been breaking laws in the country against our interest. This time around, law being broken in the interest of the entire nation, and the people are there in the same policy with them. So, let us put try it again, get a ballot machine to bring it, and let that abroad moving somewhere, man. Every time we be talking about Ghana and us, we hold ourselves in somewhere here, go very close to her, Ghana is 50. See how far they are.
Thank you.
Every time we talk, we represent Ghana, go Ghana.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, I'm Ato Ishmael Bumi, calling from Eziko.
Let's hear you, sir.
Getting me?
Let's hear you.
Yeah, the issue about this yellow machine is just like we all have to embrace it. You know, say that from our small time, every time we see lawmakers coming during election time, they will bring a platform, farm to market rule, the other rule. But when we vote them in power and they get there, they will tell you that work is not to build rule. So breaking our lawmakers, let all embrace it. We should do the work it's supposed to do and forget about it. poor business.
Okay.
What protocol hasn't been helping us.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Good morning from Liberia. Let's hear you. Good morning. Go ahead. Okay. This person dropped the line. But let's talk to this person. Good morning.
My name is Cynthia Stew, and I call from Benin Farm.
Okay. Let's hear you from Benin Farm.
Our problem in this country are our senior elders that we refer to there as the legislators. They are just talking about those yellow machines because they have now received kickback. But one thing I know for sure, and I can assure you, as long as those kickbacks are given, that thing will be signed in 4G time. I know them. This is not the first time. This is not the first time, and they are afraid because when those machines are here, look at where I live. Nobody today is able to come to the FDA junction because our road is damaged. No way. Motorbike can just come and stop us to where the bridge is broken.
Right.
But if the machines were here, they would have just come and put cover there. But during election time, they no longer have the time to come with 0419 or platform or with payroll. We help you, we help you.
Thank
but,
you.
Yeah, let the yellow machine come. If they can't come, the things that are happening in Kenya, we can do it here.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Hello, your name and where you join us from?
Hello, and to your co-host as well. My name is Siku Donso, calling you from Adelaide, South Australia.
Okay, let's hear you.
And I just want to appreciate you guys because you got more color for what you are doing. I just want to say that the yellow machine they are needed. If you look at our country, you know what I mean. You look at the flood in recent times. Those machines are needed to help our people. And again, people complain that already about 20 million being used by the quote unquote public works and stuff like that. So I mean, let the country depend. We are in the country here. We see how people doing things around here. So the lawmakers, we just appealing to them. Let them allow progress, to continue so that people can benefit in agriculture and stuff like that. Thank you for the time, and I appreciate you guys always, man.
Okay, thank you.
Very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you for calling. All right, so folks, that's it. We take one more call and call it a day. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning. This is Jerry Taylor. I'm calling.
Okay, let's hear you, sir.
And for me, as many we support for the machine to come. Because what the people in the house wanted to do, they wanted for them to get a document and then they can put it down and they request for money. So let the machine come. If they post up to it, we will march, we'll go to that house. And when former president, we are in power here. What is it? But we are just used to get ready. Money was ready, just bring cars. Nobody will ask him how he bring no car. I can't bring them. They'll be jubilating, doing all our things. And when they bring no cars, what they are giving to those chiefs? They always tell them what the cars what they went in the house. But the person trying to make sure that things happen. My brother, there are a lot of people that they are going to subsisting and all that area. Because the old man said within 90 days, the car will not hitch. And the people coming in, they will have a press conference. They will listen to it. The old man want to work. These people won't do this thing as politics. They don't want the country to be. What I live here, people that are from Sano, these people, 2018, 2011, their family were coming from Sano. Almost 35% they left. They were on the kino some more side. They put that. The people over there, when they wrote this face, they will not be all right. But since they took over, they were dancing all around. And when they took over within 90 days, money was feeding the horses. When they put Labrampo asking where you got the money for, he ever tell you where he got that money to build a double? He said any person can be inside. So if the old man want to work, let's get it mentioned. We the citizens we support this. Common people we support what the person want to do.
Thank
Let
you.
him open the road for us.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
So folks, you are watching the Today Show right there on Spoon FM 107.5, Spoon TV Live, Support TV Live, Fabric TV Live, and there our YouTube channel. We also live on.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
You get me?
Yeah.
Yes. Excuse me, I want to make a point on Musa Brete.
No, I beg you, we done with that, please. Okay, so keep playing the radio game. The dashboard is open. Star 799 hash is the code. Once you dial star 799 hash, you're going to see a list of radio stations. Spoon FM is at number 3 and number 9. Select number 3 for this show. And you choose how to pay the playing fee. The playing fee is 2,500 Liberian dollars. Choco, you want to set a camera? 2,500 Liberian dollars is sorry. The playing fee is 70 cents. All right, and what you're going to win is 2,500 Liberian dollars. 70 cents or 100 LD. That's the playing fee. All right. So once you got money, a mobile money account, you can play multiple times, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars here. But we'll take a quick break. When we come back, the Minister of Labor has been responding to several allegations levied against him by Front Page Africa, by Martin Colley and other folks around here, that he was found guilty by the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court. So he's reacted to that allegation. He also talked about allegations relative to the dismissal of some employees there at the Ministry of Labor. The employees have considered the dismissal as illegal. He has responded to that and how they came about to be dismissed. We talk about that right after this break. But keep on playing the radio game. Keep on playing. The code is star 799 hash. Play and you stand a chance to walk away with something at the end of the show. Chokon, you listen to all of the callers, diverse views.
Yes, one caller, the caller from Maryland County. I think she struck a good point. This entire rule issue does not only tie to farmers, people who are making farm to bring their goods to the market to sell, but also to the health sector. Legacy. We are witness, we are heard, it has been reported that pregnant women, they sometimes give birth on the wayside, especially where there's no access to health facilities, where health facilities are far away, the roads are deployable. They use a hammer, they put any hammer, and they take them to hospitals and clinics due to bad road. So it will greatly impact the health sector. It will impact the health sector, not only health sector, but agriculture and every other sector. Education will also, it will impact education. You see the level of NGOs here when they want to help. Even election nearing period for election materials to get to places, how difficult it can be, Legacy.
Yeah. So again, folks, we are not in any way against. We are not favoring or siding with the executive for violating the laws or not following the legal or rightful procedures for those machines coming into the country, even though everything about not following the procedure and everything about the I mean, it's just been speculation. It's just been an allegation out there. But assuming that's the case, I think the laws have to be a bad. Just in case all of the rightful procedures weren't followed, I think the lawmakers should sit on a round table. I mean, they should go back to the table and try to renegotiate the deal. Let it be done rightfully, but it shouldn't be something to reject. It should not be rejected. We need those machines. Everything that they can do legally to bring those machines in the country, or to maintain the ones that are already here, and to bring the rest of them that are pending to come. I think those actions need to be taken in order to have the machines here. All right. So we not supporting executive, not respecting one form of government, branch of government. No, 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 no. The legislature has to give approval, and that is why the executive needs to go back to the legislature, needs to go back to the PPCC. If information that it did not follow the referral procedure is true, they need to go back to follow all of the referral procedures to ensure that the machines are brought in country. But the likes of Mr. Musability, who are saying that just bluntly, without giving any suggestion or an alternative, that the deal should be rejected because it's not constitutional. It should be absolutely rejected. I mean, the message sounds as though that the deal is not a good deal for Liberians. I mean, it's not going to make any impact. That's how the message coming from Musa Ability sounds like. But the likes of Edwin Snow, the likes of Sir Joseph, they allege that, you know, the first to say it is a brilliant deal, is a good deal. If the machines are brought in the country, it's going to impact Liberia, is going to open the economy of the country, because once the roads are open, it's going to improve agricultural activities. People will be able to plow from one area to another in the country. All right, it's a good deal. That's the very first thing they say. But if it is not done in line with the law, then the executive needs to go back to have it done in line with the law, which I do support. But not to come and say bluntly, you know, must reject the deal. And no. That's what I'm not in favor. But let's take this quick break, folks, to be back. When we come back, we'll discuss recent interview with Minister Kopo Kra, the Minister of Labor.
You didn't have money to pay me. You didn't have money to pay another lawyer. So it was on contingency basis. So if we win the case, whatever the Henry law firm was to get 20% if we win the case. So we won the case for 600,000. So Henry law firm legal fee would have been 120,000. The Italian man received a bill of cost in Liberia, and then in the night he left and went to Freetown, never came back to Liberia. But when he went to Freetown, he established another company in the name of his wife and started bringing rubber to Liberia. The Liberian representative that won the case brought that to my attention, so I filed better information before the civil law court. The result was that the court ruled that, okay, the rubber that the wife brought would be the total. I think the total would be like 104,000. The sheriff of the court, the sheriff collection fee came to 1,186. All these things were done in the court, not by me. Now the involvement of the 3 lawyers I was nominated to be Minister of Post and Telecommunications. Finally went to the civil law court and took me to get the report, make a comprehensive report, and file it with the court. Because the report did not say I took any money. That's why that was the end of the matter. The report is clear. He signed for the money, and each received he issued the sheriff exhibit A. This one is received for 21,000 something. This is received, okay. That one I was in court because it was made 22. I witnessed it for him. There's another receipt here for the 7,000. There was 7,000.
Okay, folks, welcome back. This is the Spoon Morning Show, the Today Show right here on Spoon 107.5, Fabric 101.1, and we're coming live via our various social media platforms, Spoon FM, that's Spoon TV Live, Fabric TV Live, Super TV Live, and via our YouTube channel. So the Minister of Labor, Councillor Kopo Kra, has been able to respond to several allegations levied against him and the Ministry of Labor. So firstly, he responded or reacted to this allegation levied against him by political activist Martin Colley that the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court found him guilty, of duping a client. Marco was a client, and it's something that he's been talking about. He said that information is misleading, is unfactual, and that the proponents of that information did not reach out to him before publishing the story. The information was contained both in the Front Page Africa newspaper and on social media. It was posted by Martin Colley. All right. So the minister has challenged Martin Colley and the publisher of the information, the Front Page Africa, to go at the various courts, that there are records there, that them request for record from the Supreme Court, whether he was ever, found guilty by Grievance and Ethics Committee. He's challenging them. And this is actually a professional practice, especially for those of us in the field of journalism, for a political activist, at least to strike a balance, in your information. When you get a certain information, you want to, you don't just want to take it from the surface, or just take it as it is. Okay, you want to dig deeper, because the person who's bringing the information will not tell you his fault or her fault. They will not tell you their lapses. They will only tell you, they only give the information that they want you to put out there. And so if you do not do due diligence to the one who is being accused, especially a story that has to do with the reputation of somebody. Repetition is something that is hard earned. People spend several years building reputation. So it's unfortunate, just within a twinkle of an eye, for such repetition, hard earned repetition, to be blemished, to be tainted. And you see, in Liberia, when information goes out there, it's very difficult to take it back. Very, very difficult to take it back. So if you get a story about somebody, and you want to publish the information, you need to Okay, so I don't know, but we are being told that we are not going through on the radio, but I think we are going through on through social media. So we're going to continue the show until the technical problem is worked out. Yeah, so you want to balance the story. You call the minister, you get an information about the minister. Somebody alleged that he was found guilty by the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court. All you need to do, you call him and inquire. If you make an inquiry and he says that he was not found guilty by the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court, the next thing you want to do, you go to the court. The Supreme Court is there and all records are there, and seek the information, the rightful information. And I believe they're going to give it to you. When they give it to you, then you have gotten two sides of the story. The one who's making the accusation, you've gotten the accused side of the story, and then you've gone further to get factual document to substantiate the claims being made by the two individuals. Then at that point, you get to know who's saying the fact. But if you just take the story from one side and publish it, then it becomes a problem. Then you for no reason think the reputation of another individual, a reputation that has been built over and over and again. And that is what we did. So we got this information. We decided to get the side of the minister. We also decided to substantiate what both parties have said. by going to the court and getting all of the legal documents. And it was clear that the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court did not, never, ever found the labor minister guilty of any act. He's never been found guilty. So that allegation, I think, is false and misleading based on our own investigation. All right, and talking about the dismissal of folks there at the Ministry of Labor. According to the minister, those 5 individuals who were dismissed, they were dismissed summarily because the act that they committed highly embarrasses the ministry and embarrasses the government as well. Those 5 employees, according to information, because according to the minister, before you can, go in the field as an inspector, if you are going in Maryland County, if you are going in Bond County, all right, the minister has to, write the superintendent in that county, informing her or he that, we are sending a team of inspectors, or if it's a single inspector, we're sending this inspector in the county. Then the superintendent will know that labor inspectors are in the county to carry out inspection. But in the case of those 5 guys, number one, according to the minister, they weren't even labor inspectors. They worked at the Ministry of Labor, but they were not labor inspector. They work in other functions, in other positions at the Ministry of Labor, but they weren't labor inspector. They just woke up one Sunday morning and, traveled to Bapado County, and they started carrying out inspection, seizing documents, passports, and work permits of foreigners there. And when the superintendent got to know about this, the superintendent called back here at the Ministry of Labor to find out whether the minister or whether the ministry is in the know of those individuals who had gone there and arresting foreign nationals and seizing their passports and all of that. And the minister said, we don't know about that. And so that is how the information, were gotten. And when they returned, according to the minister, a thorough internal investigation was done. And following that, they were summarily dismissed. But there was another information that, hey, the minister has, has dismissed labor inspectors who were rightfully performing their duties. Why? Because he's protecting certain mining companies that he's benefited from. That was the information spread out. Okay, and this is wrong. You can't be reporting one-sided information. When you report one information, you want to balance your story. You want to reach out to the one who is being accused, especially a story that borders on the character of an individual. You want to get the accused side of the story to have it balanced, and then leave it with the public to do their judgment. Leave it with the public to do that judgment. We have a very gullible society. Anything you put out there relative to the character of an individual is very difficult to be taken out. So you want to be mindful. How you go about, publishing stories or saying things about people, especially on social media, where every information that we get now are posted. We want to be very careful, and especially so if you are a prominent person out there, a political activist, a civil rights activist, or whoever, or a journalist. We need to try to strike a balance when we are reporting our stories. We're doing a good job, but let's try to strike a balance because we don't want to falsely accuse people. We don't want to think somebody's character for nothing. And at the end of the day, when you gather the facts, it's different. And then to go back and retract the statement is different. Even if you go back, you retract the statement. Even if you go back, you publish another story about the person's side of the story after substantiating the allegation. It becomes late. To take it back, to take news back is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So that is it. But the minister has been responding to some of those allegations. Some of us got a very, very clear insight, and we didn't just take his word for it. We, went beyond by doing our own investigation to substantiate some of the things that he said as well. And of course, they were true. They were true. The Supreme Court has never, found him guilty of the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court has never found him guilty, for any act of financial fraud or theft has been reported out there. We went beyond and did our own investigation, and that's what it reveals. So we need to strike a balance in our reportage. If you're a political activist, you want to get two-sided information, not just one-sided information, and run with it. Why? Because you want to keep your followers informed. If you want to keep your followers informed, then you want to keep your followers informed with the right information, with the accurate information. You don't want to, mislead them. So, folks, that's it. It's been a wonderful time here. We have 1 minute up to 10 o'clock, and at 10 o'clock is news summary from our news and current affairs department. Many thanks for your listening, Roy. It's been a wonderful time here. We will be back here tomorrow with another very, very fascinating edition of the Today Show on Spoon FM 107.5, Fabric 101.1, and their social media handles. Coming up next is news from our news and current affairs department. Those of you who played the radio game, we'd like to say congratulations. I'm sorry, you won that is 4,000. It's not 2,400. We've already done our job. And 40 persons will be walking away with 4,000 Liberian dollars, 4,000 LD. Yeah. So we don't have the time to call our winners, but all of the 40 winners walked away with $4,000 this morning. I'm sorry that, I just saw that information coming in from the radio game chat room. So it's 4,000 and not 2,500 Liberian dollars. So if you played and you won, congratulations. We'll be here tomorrow again with another edition of the show. If you did not win today, you can try tomorrow. You're probably going to win tomorrow. Again, I'm Yekezi Zobel. Bidding you a pleasant goodbye. Bye-bye from my end.